Hey, so I wanted to share this testimony real quick. First off, to whoever that pastor is that said that there's no multiplication that comes with giving to the poor, that's a lie from the pit. That's not true. Don't believe that. A couple of years ago, the Lord taught me something. He said that if you want something, whatever you need, give. Like if you want something from Him, give. That's the greatest way to receive from the Lord, is to give, right? So, and I learned that from my testimony and through somebody else's testimony. So, I blew that opportunity the last time. I had just gotten a big wad of cash, and I was in line. I was at the grocery store, and the person in front of me had a problem paying. And I was sitting there, I was just standing there, and I was just like watching her struggle to pay for this stuff. And when I got home, I was like, you know what? That probably was my opportunity to give, to help. And the reason why I was so skeptical is because this big wad of cash I had was a loan. It wasn't even my money. I shouldn't even got it. I felt guilty that I even got it. I knew I shouldn't have got it. But I felt like I shouldn't even have this money. What am I doing? What am I doing even thinking about spending it on somebody else? So I blew that opportunity. And it's crazy because as I was getting my groceries, I kind of like bumped my head on the door. Not on the door, but like on the top of the car, like on my way out. Like and in that moment, like, of course, that can happen to anybody. It's pretty regular, if you're not paying if you're not paying real attention to, where your head is at, how far you're lifting your head up on your way out. Of course, you can bump your head on the top of the door frame. But for some reason, I felt real stupid. Like I felt so dumb when that happened. And I was like, why do I feel so dumb? I mean, it's not even that deep, but I knew in that moment I was supposed to feel dumb. I was just supposed to feel ridiculous in that moment. And it was because I had already learned that if I want to receive something, the reason I even got that loan is because I was feeling extremely desperate for money, right? And God had already taught me, if you want something from me, and it could be anything, but money especially, if you want anything from me, you have to give. I mean, you don't have to give, but giving is the best way to receive from the Lord. The quickest too, I noticed. This testimony is too long. I hope you're sticking with me. I'm very long-winded. Oh well, that's just who I am. So in that moment I felt really dumb, and I was like, you know what, I should have helped that lady out. And I told myself in that moment that I wasn't going to do that again. The next time I get an opportunity to give, especially if I want something, I'll give. So fast forward to about a couple months, maybe a month or so. A month ago, yeah, it was about a month ago. I needed some money again. And I was selling a dryer, a whole dryer. I had an extra dryer. I'm not going to get into how. It's stupid. But I was selling a dryer, and it was taking a minute to sell. I was like, since when? And I had priced it at the same price a lot of other people were pricing it at, and there was like one other dryer being sold in my area. And I posted it on Facebook Marketplace, and stuff sells like hotcakes. Like appliances like that sells like hotcakes on Facebook Marketplace. I was like, what is going on? So out of desperation, I lowered the price to lower than everybody else has put it. Now, of course, that's the easiest way to sell an item, but it's a dryer. I was selling it for under $100. That worked perfectly fine. Perfectly good dryer, selling for $80. So once I lowered the price, somebody messaged me and said, hey, can you give me this dryer? I looked at that message and was like, what? No, no, I'm not about to give you my dryer. What is this? Um, so I sent that message. I said, no, I'm sorry, I can't just give you my dryer. So after I sent that message, later on in the day, I remembered what I told myself last time I had an opportunity to give when I needed something. I said I would give. So I was like, all right, you know what? Yeah, you can have it. I sent him a message and I said, you know what? Come get it. It's yours. So him and his wife or girlfriend came and got the dryer for free. And I was like, all right, well, I did a good thing. He said that dryer would have helped him, start up his business that he lost, and he could really use the dryer. So I gave it to him, and I was like, I guess I did a good thing. Help somebody out. So a week later, wouldn't you know, I get a check in the mail. Random lawsuit. I was a part of this random lawsuit. And, yeah, I got a check for hundreds of dollars. And I was like, wow. A week later, some random lawsuit. And I look at the date at when this check was sent to me. It was the day I gave that dryer away. Now, what are the odds of that? That check was almost $400. That's over 3 times the amount I was going to sell it for. So now I have another opportunity to give. Guess what I'm about to do?